Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nara and here we're talking about astrology and spirituality, and this particular video is a part of the series of zodiac sign through the houses, and this series is about Libra through the 12 houses. Okay, so if you know your time of birth and if you know that you have a Libra in the 7th house, welcome to this video. So, or if you have Libra in other houses, you can check out my videos about the other houses as well. So, but this particular video is about Libra in the 7th house. So, as I always do, I like to talk about the house first and then adding the zodiac sign which it is in, and then interpreting it this way. But what is 7th house? So 7th house is a social house, okay? It's a house of partnerships. It can be business partnerships, or it can be romantic partnerships like marriage. Actually, it's more of a marriage partnership than a business partnership. But 7th house can be viewed as just a social house as well. The way you present yourself to other people, how you act, what kind of approach you're taking when it comes to dealing with partners, okay? It can be any forms of partners, but 7th house is the house that shows you the marriage and how it's gonna play out, what kind of people you will be looking for in order to build that partnership for marriage, okay? Like to build a family. So that's the 7th house. And the 7th house is a social house, like I said, along with 3rd house, 7th, and 11th house, okay? So all of these houses are social houses, and they belong to the element of air. So the 3rd house is a social house, which is on a very minor level, right? Which is like siblings, communications that we have with our neighbors, with classmates. Let's say you graduated from high school, but you still have friends from high school or secondary school. So we can view this from the 3rd house, and 3rd house belongs naturally to a Gemini, okay? So Gemini is also an air, a part of air element, along with Libra and Aquarius. However, all of them are social, but in what areas they are going to be drawn to socialize is going to determine by the house and the zodiac signs. But what is 7th house? 7th house is more of a partnership level, okay? Communications that we have. So it's not the siblings or just like peers or classmates. It's partners we're trying to build our life with, and that's why it is ruled by Libra, because Libra is constantly looking for that partner that is going to fulfill the image that she created of that partner, which we're going to talk in a little bit. Then we have the 11th house, right? The 11th house is also a social house, but it is ruled by Aquarius. Not ruled by, so it belongs to an Aquarian house, but it's also a social house, but the social interaction is on a different level in the 11th house. So the 11th house is about the like-minded people that we have, that are movers and shakers, that we are, we can't connect with just everybody, right? As much as we don't want to admit this, but we can't connect with just everybody. Like, people are different, and we usually feel the most comfortable connecting with the people who are like-minded, right? So that's the 11th house. So I just wanted to go over social houses. Okay, but the 7th house naturally belongs to Libra, because Libra, like I said in previous videos, is a zodiac sign which is constantly trying to find partners, people to connect with, okay? But it's not just regular people to connect with. Again, she belongs to the 7th house, is the people she can build her life with, who can benefit her in some way. So if you have a Libra in the 7th house, that means that you are an Aries rising, more likely than anything. Like 99.9%. Maybe not. There are exceptions, obviously. We can't just generalize, but if you have Libra in the 7th house, so what does it mean for you? So Libra in the 7th house is like the most fulfillment and happiness out of this life, and the most balance you will ever get is from partnerships. So as a Libra in the 7th, you are constantly in, you know, search of a partner, I would say. Like there's constantly, you know, like looking out and scanning the environment in order to find a partner who will fulfill your needs. And what determines your needs? Your needs are determined by Venus. So imagine like Venus is a preference house, right? The pleasures, the beauty, and also like imagination. You know, not a lot of people relate Venus to imagination, because imagination is coming usually from Neptune, right? This is like an imagination planet, the dreams. But I would say Venus still gives you an imagination. Why? Okay, so since Venus is a beauty, right? Beauty, what we like and what we don't like. So based on what you like, so whatever you like, you're going to be imagining it, right? So, and you will be creating that picture in your head of the ideal partner, okay, which doesn't always exist, okay? So as a Libra in the 7th, she creates that in her head, the imagination of a partner she's trying to find, who will bring her that balance, that happiness, and that sense of beauty and love that she is after. It's both positive and negative connotations when it comes to, you know, having this placement. So you have an ideal partner in your head that you're trying to find. And guess what? So you may overlook certain aspects even in your partner. So negative aspects. So Libra in the 7th, you know, she creates that bubble, you know, she lives in that bubble where her ideal partner exists and where, you know, she's connecting with them. And also for Libra, it's very important that your partner is, you know, giving you compliments. That's how you feel good about yourself as a Libra in the 7th. Also Libra in the 7th, like I said, right, it's a good and a bad placement. Why? Good because you can forgive people easier. You can find ways to make amends with people, your partners, because you have this balancing scale, right? So, and you have the, you know, skills of diplomacy. You can direct them into your relationships, and which can smoothen, you know, the hard spots in your the hard moments in your relationships, basically. But also it gives you that idealized version of your partner, which, you know, is not reflecting the actual reality. Okay, so you might be prone to overlooking negative aspects in your partner, and just because of your ideal version of them, and you have this ideal version of them in your head, and you do not want to see the reality. But eventually it's going to hit a Libra in the 7th house, you know, and they will be literally you know, so conflicted and so disappointed in seeing the real face of their partner, which is the opposite of what they've been holding in their minds. So keep that in mind if you have a Libra in the 7th house. But a cool thing is that, you know, you can easily forgive your partner, because you're not like unlike a Scorpio. So if it's Scorpio in the 7th house, there will be like lots of manipulations, lots of mind games. Because actually, when I talk about Scorpio, I'm so excited to talk about that. Like I want to film so many videos, like all of the zodiac signs through the houses, but it's a lot of work, but I cannot wait to talk about Scorpio, because Scorpionic placement is really like, it's intense, and it's just like the most interesting in my opinion, because Scorpionic energy gives obsession, like, and going through the houses, I feel it's very cool to see in what kind of areas your obsession is going to be the most profound. If you have, like, let's say Scorpio in the 7th house. Scorpio in the 7th house would be freaking jealous, you know, obsessed, but they will not show it. They will try to hide it, but with Scorpios, it's always seen that they are, you know, obsessed over something, that they are jealous, or they're like, the tension that Scorpions have, it is felt. As much as they are secretive, they're trying to hide it, but this tension, the intensity of the energy that Pluto creates for Scorpio doesn't allow them to hide whatever they're trying to hide, right? So let's say you have Libra in the seventh house. It's easier for you to let go of things because like you know, we all make mistakes, so you can forgive your partner sometimes for cheating too. So be aware of that, you know, because like that Venus is giving you the idealization of your partner, which is can be good and can be bad. Like it's always good to have some sort of reality check and objectivity when it comes to your partner. And am I actually seeing what's going on, or am I creating my assumptions and my perceptions based on what I believe to be true, which is not always reflecting the reality, right? So it's just a side note for Libra in the seventh house. But remember, Libra in the seventh house, the main purpose of that person is going to be to find a partner that helps them to create that balance, create that harmony, be loved, feel seen. It's very important. Another thing for a Libra in the seventh house, you guys have like very cool conversations with your partner. Like that's like conversation, like social interaction with your partner is going to be like very, very profound. And you know, like there's an emphasis on that communication with your partner. You will never be bored with, you know, like your partner, or what should we talk about, or what should we discuss. Like there will never be the end to the things you could discuss, possibly. Okay. Then what else we can say? Let's see. Oh, another thing, actually, if let's say the partnership is going well, you know, the excess potential is not created from that, you know, idealization of your partner. So you're having reality checks, you are objective, but you also praise your partner and, you know, expect the best from them. Which, because honestly, you probably heard, if you ever did any like manifestation, like specific person and anything like that, we know that if we expect people to behave a certain way, they actually do, right? So it's a good thing to have, but it has to be balanced. So do not create an excess energy and excess potential. Yes, see a partner in the best light, however, still acknowledge their mistakes, still see them for who they are, okay? Because like we are trying to see what we want to see, but not what's actually going on sometimes. So keep that in mind. Like that's a big you know, aspect of this placement, is to be aware of this, okay? However, you know, besides that, if you're keeping that in mind and your partnership is very balanced and it's making you very happy, you know, it's bringing you that harmony and that stability that you want. If it does, then, you know, it's a very cool relationship, because people are not controlling. Like this kind of relationship, partnership is not controlling partnership. You guys give each other space. You guys distance yourself from one another in order to, you know, meet your own needs, because we can't possibly be the best versions of ourselves if we're not taking care of ourselves first, right? So that's very important, and this is naturally given to the Libra in the seventh house. So yeah, and then also another thing, it can be actually it can turn out not in this way. So let's say if a Libra doesn't actually find that ideal partner from the seventh house, there's a possibility of that person having like lots of connections, like friends with benefits, and not ever settling down. So that's a, you know, a possible thing to have, you know, like, oh, I'm just gonna spread my love, spread my you know, I don't know, what do they call it, right? The arrow of love to everybody, and have everybody by my side, but not actually taking anybody seriously. So that's also possible with Libra set in the seventh, but that's only happening after they failed in finding the partner. Okay, but then their intentions change because they got disappointed. Okay, so that's something to keep in mind. Please, guys, let me know if that resonated. I cannot wait to hear back from you in the comment section below. If it didn't resonate, please let me know as well. I would love to discuss your placements and possible interpretations for your personal chart. All right, I love you so much. I will see you in my next video. Bye, y'all.